Hello, this is SJ Talks and Life coming back at you with another video. If you're new to my channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, please, and thank you. Single mothers. This is a video for single mothers. It is a public service announcement for single mothers. As I've said in many of my other videos, I've spent a lot of years being a single mother. I consider myself an expert on the topic. And I like to give the single mothers coming up now, I like to give them some good advice. A lot of things I learned when I was a single mom. And the younger single moms coming up now, I love to give them advice. I love to tell them the things that they can avoid, to sometimes younger women have a harder time listening to older women because and that's a whole nother video, and I actually talked about that before. They think that we're coming from a place of bitterness and things like that, but no, it's coming from a place of experience. It's coming from a place of experience and being there, um, just being old enough to know and being there going through different things. And we want to prevent you guys from going down the same road. We want you guys to have a smoother transition. And that's why a lot of times, older women talk to younger women. It's not coming from a place of bitterness. At least not for a lot of us, it's not. Maybe some, but you know what I'm saying? So sometimes younger women, they struggle with that. But I like to give the young single mothers advice. Like I said, I consider myself, I spent many years being a single mother, so I consider myself an expert on the topic. So I do lots of videos on my channel for single moms, talking to single moms and everything like that. And I'm not going to stop. So if you guys have a problem with it, oh well, sorry about your luck. Move on someplace else. But anywho, I was on I can't remember what video. I can't remember what video that was on that I was on. I was on someone's video, and the men said, they're always trashing single mothers, always getting trashed. They're always bashing single mothers. Never say anything about single dads. They're always bashing single mothers all the time, particularly black single mothers. Always getting bashed all the time. We're always getting bashed. We're always the topic of conversation for the manosphere. Even though there's lots and lots of women out here, and believe it or not, there's lots of black women out here that don't have any children, that cannot seem, they have a problem with keeping single mothers out of their mouth. They constantly want to bash us all the time and talk about us all the time. And instead of going about the business, if you don't want a woman with children, going on about the business of getting a woman that don't have children, instead of coming on. I think men that come on social media and constantly talk about women all the time, they have some severe mental health issues. They're having some severe mental health issues, and they need help, because real men don't really have time to come on social media and bash women. Real men that they have an extremely low self-esteem. Their self-esteem is low, and they have mental health issues, and they're extremely bitter because real men that got it all together mentally in other areas, they don't have time to come on social media and constantly complain about women all the time. So there's something to be said. There's a lot to be said about men that come on social media and consistently, particularly the ones that have YouTube channels, the ones that have platforms, and that's what they do day in and day in, and come out day in and day out. They come on here and they constantly talk about women all the time. They're dealing with some major issues. So yeah, that's how I feel about that. So on this, I was telling it, and I said it in my other video too. I mentioned in my other video about single men with children. Was it that one? Single men with children. How men should not, if you don't want to date a single mother, then don't mess with a single mother at all. Don't sleep with a single, don't go to bed with a single mother. Don't deal with a single mother other than friendship. Other than a platonic friendship, don't deal with a single mother at all if you are not interested in something long term. And a lot of men, I notice a lot of men come in on these channels and videos and everything, and they're constantly saying that they will sleep with a single mother, that they will go to bed with a single mother, but they will not date a single mother. I consider having a serious relationship, possibly leading to marriage, to a single mother. And of course, that just completely pisses me off, because single mothers don't need that. Single mothers don't need, the last thing single mothers need is someone coming into their life and using them and taking advantage of them. That's the last thing that single mothers need. And most single mothers, I can't speak for all single mothers, but I think it'd be safe to say that a lot of single mothers don't really want to be single mothers. When I was a single mother, I didn't want to be a single mom. Lots of single mothers would love to find a nice man, settle down, and I think it would be safe to say a lot of single mothers want that, and they always saying, "Oh, nobody's gonna marry you guys," and this and that and the other. Single mothers do get married. I mean, the numbers may be low, but single mothers do get married. But I want to warn single mothers. I want to warn single mothers. Do not let men use you, because a lot of them, I'm reading a lot of comments. I have read a lot of comments over the years of men saying that the only thing that single mothers is good enough for is going to bed with. And I'm hearing men saying this on a consistent basis. It just really, really pisses me off when they say that. And I make sure I make it very clear on my channel, if you don't want a serious long-term relationship, marriage with a single mother, leave them alone. Do not sleep with them. Leave them alone. But a lot of them are saying that that's all single mothers are good enough for. So I'm telling single mothers this: do not let these men use you. Do not let these men use you, single mothers. Do not let them use you. Because a lot of these single guys, a lot of these single men out here, they look for single mothers. They look for single mothers with children. They already done set up house and everything. And they look for those women. If these guys don't have a place to stay, if you a single mother and you meet a guy and the first thing, he doesn't have his own place, he doesn't have his own, then you need to run from this guy. Do not pursue a serious relationship with a guy that doesn't have his own, that don't have his own. He can't afford to have his own place. And not to mention, if he got a lot of baby mamas, run from him. That man is no good for anybody. But if he doesn't have his own, he can't pay for his own, you need to run from this guy. Because a lot of these men are looking to move in on these single mothers. And I'm glad that was the one thing that I didn't fall for when I was a single mother, because I wasn't into that shacking up stuff. And I didn't play that. When I was a single mother, I didn't play that. You're not finna come up in here, because I wanted to get married. And I was like, you're not finna come up in here and not put no ring on my finger. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't play that. When I was raising my kids, I didn't play that. And I spent many years in the organization too, so I closed up shop and quit dating altogether. But the thing is, a lot of these guys that are preying on single mothers. They look to sack up with you and your children, play stepdaddy to your children, get all buddy with your kids, and if you're not careful, they'll knock you up. And then when 2 or 3 years go on down the road, they bye-bye, adios amigo. They're on to the next one. And it's a lot of them that do that. There is a lot of men that do that. They prey on single mothers. They look to move in and sack up on a single mother, knowing that they're not there long term. You thinking, oh, this is going to be a sure thing. We might get married. You're excited. This is going to be a sure thing. We're going to get married and all this kind of stuff. He strings you along and everything. As soon as he get whatever he can get out of you, and he get to the point to where he's ready to move on, whether you got a baby by him or not, he bounces. He's gonna dip. He's gonna dip, and then he's gonna be on to the next one. And that's what a lot of these guys do. These hobosexuals, a lot of them are hobosexuals. They ain't got no place to stay. They staying with their family members. Their family members are tired of them. So they don't want to live in a homeless shelter, and who wants to live on the streets? So that's what they look for. And they tell you everything they want you to hear, they want to hear, that you want to hear. They tell you everything that you want to hear. They sweet talk you. If you want to get married, they pick up that. And sometimes women run off at the mouth too much when they're meeting a man. And I said that too in another video. Sometimes women got to learn not to talk so much. They run off at the mouth a little bit too much, in the beginning, and tell a man everything that they want. Men are like chameleons. They'll listen to everything that you want, and then they'll turn into what you said you want. They'll transform themselves into something that you want, which reminds me of the scripture, Satan keeps transforming himself to an angel of light. That demon is transforming himself to an angel of light. That's what the Bible says. And so that made me think about that scripture. Everything that you telling them, oh yeah, I want this a man, and I want to get married, and this and that, running off at the mouth, telling them everything that you want. That demon turns into a chameleon, and he turns into everything that you said you wanted. And he moves into your house, plays stepdaddy to your kids. If you're not careful, gets you knocked up again in the process. Then when he's had enough of you, your kids, and your money, or he finds somebody else to sack up on and use and take advantage of, he's gonna bounce. Or he feels like you're getting too emotionally invested. You're turning the heat up a little bit about getting married. He dips and go find somebody else to do the exact same thing to. It's a pattern with these men. And it's a pattern. If he doesn't have his own, you meet a guy, you're a single mother, and you meet a guy, and he doesn't have his own, run from that guy. I don't care how cute he is or whatever. Don't go to bed with him. Nothing. Don't do nothing with him. Run from him. Particularly if he's unemployed. And another thing, if that man's got multiple baby mamas, and that's another thing, if he has multiple baby mamas and he's not demonstrating that he's a good father to the children that he already has, you need to run from that man. You need to run from him, because he's looking to make you a baby mama. You're going to be baby mama number 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. With my oldest son's dad, I was baby mama number 4. Okay? With my other son's dad, I was baby mama number, I don't know with him. Call me an idiot, okay? But yes, I make the same stupid mistake twice, okay? But if he got multiple baby mamas, just run. You shouldn't even be dating this guy. Don't date him. Don't go to bed with him. Nothing. Adios, amigo. Because that man, first of all, he ain't a good father to the kids that he already has. Okay? If he gets you pregnant, then your kid is going to be number, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 kid that don't have a father. Okay? You don't want that. You don't want that. Single mothers, do not let these men use you. Don't let them use you. I know it's lonely being a single mother. I was there. I know all those emotions. Everything that y'all going through, I know. I know everything you're going through because I was there. You lonely. You tired. You get tired of doing everything by yourself. You want that male head. You're sick of doing everything by yourself. You're sick of making all the decisions, especially with the children that you have. If you have little or no support from the father or fathers, then you're really feeling overwhelmed. You're really feeling overwhelmed. You're tired. You're tired mentally. You're tired spiritually. You're tired physically. Because you want help. You want somebody there to help you. You want that emotional support. I know, I've been there. The reason why I'm saying that, because I know I done already been there, done that. I know how you feel. It's a hard life being a single mother, and it can be a lonely one. That's if you let it. Doesn't have to be, but that's if you let it. But I know how single mothers feel because I felt the same way. I went through the same things. But you got to be careful. These guys prey on vulnerable single mothers. They know this about a lot of single mothers. They already know that a lot of single mothers want to get married. They already know that a lot of single mothers want that family life with mom and dad. They already know that a lot of single mothers are looking to complete their family. They already know that. They already know what their intentions are when they hooking up with you. They know they don't have the intentions of marrying you. They don't have any intentions on going the long haul with you. All they thinking about is themselves. Let me tell you something. There's a lot of these men out here that are selfish. All they think about is themselves. They don't think about them. They don't care about you. They don't care about your kids. They'll fake it till they'll make it. They'll pretend to be all lovey-dovey with you, and they know you get that big fat tax check once a year. Oh, I miss them checks. I used to get 4 or 5 bands, as they call it. I used to get 4 to 5 bands a year. Okay? A year. Okay? I sure do miss those taxes. And sometimes I want to go out here and adopt some kids so I can get them taxes. I'm just playing. It's just a joke. But I do miss those taxes. I do. Oh Lord, I miss that money. But that's some good money. And these men be calculating in their mind, especially if you got Section 8. And I already did a video talking about that, and I'm gonna link that up. If you on Section 8, don't let a man move in on you. If you on Section 8 and take the chance of you losing your housing, don't let them move in on you. Don't do it, single mothers. Don't do it. They know you getting Section 8. They know you getting food stamps. They know you get that big old fat tax check in March or April of every year. They counting on that. They're calculating that in their head. They know you're always gonna have food in the house because you're feeding your kids. And they'll lie to you, and they'll say if they might have a piece of job, or worst case scenario won't have one at all. And they're making 50 million excuses. Oh, it's hard out here for a black man. You know how it is. They'll give y'all a job. If I hear another black man say that, I'm gonna scream. Oh, they'll give y'all a job. It's hard out here for a black man. And I see plenty of black men out here working. I see plenty of them out here gainfully employed, but that's the number one excuse that they'll make. Oh, the white man don't want to give me a job. Yeah, give y'all a job. They'll make 50 million excuses in a book why they can't keep a job. Or they'll go get a job, work that job for a little while, and then they'll quit or get themselves fired. It's all their fault. It's all their fault. It's all the employer's fault. It ain't their fault. It's the employer's fault. Oh, the white man don't want to. Oh, look at the white man got rid of me in here. Yeah, I face discrimination in the workplace too. If I had to quit that job, I moved on to the next one. Or I stuck it out and maneuvered, through it the best way I could. There ain't no excuses. But he'll make 50 million excuses to either be in between jobs or no job at all. He'll get a job and bring some income in for a while. Excuse me. Okay, I'm back. But he'll have 50 million excuses as to why he can't keep no job. He knows that you're going to maintain your place for your kids. He knows that you're going to keep food in the house because you got food stamps or whatever coming in, and you might be working a job. And he looking forward to that big fat tax check in March or April. So he knows that resources are coming into your house. See, he knows, and if you're getting child support from your the fathers of your children, he know that money's coming in too. So he know he gonna eat. He gonna have a roof over his head. Those are the number one women that they go after, because they know the single women that don't have kids, it's a little bit harder to go after them because it's a little bit harder to use them. They have to be a little bit more strategic because a lot of those women are looking for men on their level. If a single woman with no kids, if she's at a certain level, 9 times out of 10, she's looking for a man that's on her level. And they got to be a little bit more strategic to run a game on her. So what they do is they'll target single mothers. They'll target single mothers with kids. If you live in an apartment or you live in a house, or a house even better, they might set them up a man cave in your house. Throw that loving on you real good. Because they know that's what they can do. They know that they can throw the loving on you real good, tell you that they love you, tell you everything that you want to hear. Tell you, oh yeah, baby, I want to get married. I want us to get married and be a family. And they tell you everything and all the stuff that you said in the beginning, they're turning into that chameleon. And they're trying to become everything that you said you wanted. Watch out, single moms. Do not let these men use you. Don't let them do it. And then when they've had their fill of you and your kids, they'll play stepdaddy to your kids. Then they're going to dip and be on to the next woman. I've seen it happen time and time again. So don't fall for it, ladies. Don't fall for it. You have to be really careful. These guys prey on single mothers. They prey because they know single mothers are lonely. But be lonely. Don't be stupid. Being lonely is one thing. Being stupid is another. Don't do it. Don't do it. Pray and ask God to show you. Pray and ask God to direct you. To direct your steps. Okay? But be smart. Because I'm telling you, I'm reading in a lot of these comic sections, these guys talking about only thing that single mothers are good for is going to bed with for sex. That's the only thing that they're good for. It's a lot of them that say that. And there's some of them that will use you for sex. They'll just use you for sex and that's it. They may not come to move in. I had one that was like that. But I was smart enough to know that that's what it was, I was smart enough to know that was all it was, and I didn't get emotionally invested. Okay? But some guys, they're just looking to sleep with you. And they'll lie to you and they'll tell you everything that you want to hear just to keep sleeping with you. They're not interested in getting married to you. They just want to use you. And I'm telling you, single mothers, don't let these men use you. Don't let them use you. Know your worth. Know that you're worth more. Know that you're worth more than some man using you and taking advantage of you, sacking up, living off of you and your kids, eating up all your food, sucking up all your heat, looking at your Wi-Fi, playing video games on your couch. And then they try to gaslight you. When you try to say something to them, they gaslight you. And some of them are narcissists. They're narcissists. They're narcissistic. They want to make it seem like everything is your fault. See, they try to make it seem like you're the one that had a problem. You don't want to try to encourage a brother. You don't want to try to give a brother support. I'm going through this and that and the other, and I got to hear your mouth. You ain't trying to give a brother support. That's narcissistic. Everything they flip the switch. When you try to confront them about things, they'll flip the script. They'll flip it back on you. They'll gaslight you. Just to keep you in there. Just to keep using you and getting what they want out of you. And then they'll throw on the loving. See, they'll get into your head, make you feel guilty. That's what narcissists do. And then they throw the loving on you. And they make sure they throw it on real good. And they really got you. Now you got a soul tie. Now you have a soul tie with this guy. And so it's going to be harder for you to get rid of him. And if he leaves, then he's doing you a favor. But eventually that's what he's going to do. When he do leave, you're going to be brokenhearted. You're going to be devastated. And it's going to be hard for you to be there for your kids because you're going to be hurt. You're going to be broken. So single mothers, I'm telling you guys, because I love each and every one of you out there. I do. I love single mothers. I really do. And I want what's best for them. I want what's best for single mothers. I don't like to see single mothers hurting. I don't like to see single mothers in pain. I want you guys to be smarter. Do not let these men use you. I would never tell you nothing wrong. I'm never going to come on this app and tell you nothing wrong. Okay? Now, I ain't been around the block a whole lot, but I've been around there a couple times. And I know what I'm talking about. You guys need to be careful. You single mothers need to be careful because there's too many men that every time I'm reading in these comment sections, they're saying the same thing. First of all, they bash single mothers. Second of all, they're saying that's all single mothers are good for is sex. So just be aware. Be conscious. Be aware, single mothers. And stay prayed up. Okay? Ask God to show you. And don't be so lonely to the point to where you just let a man come in and swoop in and use you and use your kids. Okay, I got to get up out of here. I got to get in the store. But yeah, if you're a mother and you got daughters, that's single mothers, let her look at this video. Hit me up in that comment section. Hit that like. Make sure you hit that like button and it pushes up the algorithm. Hit that like button. And if you like this video, hit that subscribe button. Even if if not gonna watch me a lot, just go ahead and do me a favor and hit the subscribe button anyway. Until the next topic, and share this video. Until the next topic, you guys be safe and you be blessed.